Hey guys, welcome back to another video. Today we're going to be looking at some of the best unit mods for Total War Rome 2. I played quite a lot of this game over the last few months, however one of the main issues for me is the lack of units and unit variety. Compared to something like Warhammer or Total War Attila, the rosters of Rome 2 are quite lackluster. They're small and often very similar between factions of the same culture. Now there are plenty of unit packs out there, but a lot of those are either incomplete, incompatible or simply immersion breaking, and that's why I made 3 complete mod collections for you guys on the Steam Workshop, filled with in my opinion the best unit modifications for the game. All the mods in these collections are fully compatible, balanced and just great additions to the game. The first collection is called the Light version. These mods extend and improve the rosters of all major playable factions in the game. It also includes a great shield reskin, and this version includes around 400 new units. The standard edition goes even further. This collection also adds new units for some cultures with extremely lacking rosters like the Arabians, Africans and Etruscans. This version also expands the auxiliary pool in almost all regions, and the collection offers around 550 new units. Finally, I've created the Extreme collection. This is a giant compilation of mods that expand the rosters for a huge amount of minor factions in the game as well. It also adds even more units to some major factions and includes reskins for generals and horses. The Extreme edition is extreme though, so there might be some inconsistencies or balancing problems here and there. The version offers around 800 new units. The links to these collections are in the description down below. In order to use these mods you just have to pick your favorite version and click the subscribe to all button on Steam. The mods will now automatically download and install themselves, so it should be really easy. I would now like to showcase some of the mods in these collections, starting with the ones in the Light version. Now the core of all these collections, and in my opinion the best Rome 2 unit mod ever created, is Sebidee's unit roster overhaul. This mod adds a total of 420 units across all 31 playable factions in the game. This means that every faction gets approximately 14 new units. Now there are a couple of reasons why I think this mod is better than any other unit overhaul out there. The first one is that this one is complete and balanced. All factions get approximately the same amount of units and they are all perfectly balanced for the vanilla game. There's also a great variety of units, from very early game low tier units to some very powerful elite units. Another great thing is that this overhaul doesn't destroy faction uniqueness at all. Some other mods give every faction access to an elite unit in every class, for example. This makes it so that every faction plays the same basically. Sebidee doesn't do this at all. Sparta, for example, still lacks strong cavalry and melee infantry, nomadic and eastern factions are still cavalry focused, and the Carthaginians still rely on their mercenaries. The mod fills the gaps in the rosters without destroying uniqueness at all. Another great thing about the mod is the fact that it adds completely unique new units. The Iceni, for example, have access to head hurlers, units that throw heads while charging, which is obviously really cool. The Swabians have access to some unique barbarian pike units, similar to the Greek ones, however with much shorter and therefore less effective spears. There are also egg thrower units, berserkers, some units with unique Sika swords and a lot more like that. Finally, Sebidee's overhaul also reskinned some of the most iconic units of the era, like Royal Cataphracts, Bronze Shield Pikemen and Silver Shield Swordsmen, as you can see here. All these reasons really make this the best Rome 2 unit mod out there in my opinion. Sebidee's mod also unlocks the auxiliary system for all factions, by the way. Besides this overhaul, the Light collection also includes the great Massive Shield mod made by Thunderbolt 2. This mod adds more than 200 unique shield patterns for a huge amount of units in the game, and these shields even work for the new units in Sebidee's unit overhaul. You can see a couple of examples right here. The shields look really cool, and the mod even adds some faction specific shields like the owls here for Athens. These mods are enough to greatly enhance all the major factions in the game. Every faction will feel extremely unique with lots of new units and playstyles. If you're looking for more, you can check out some of the mods in the standard collection though. Besides extending the major factions, the great mods in these collection also extend the cultures and the factions with extremely lacking rosters. William's Forgotten Faction unit compilation adds new units for the North African, Arabian, Ethiopian and Etruscan factions. Without mods, these factions only have access to a couple of really basic units. The Forgotten Faction compilation however adds around 15 completely new units for all these cultures. This makes it way more enjoyable to fight against these factions. The mod even includes some unique general skins, as you can see here. Another area of the map which is in desperate need of some new units is the East. Therefore the standard collection also includes 2 mods that improve the rosters of Bithynia, Cappadocia and all Persian factions. This will make the boring battles in the East a hell of a lot more enjoyable. All the Eastern factions now have access to some Persian units like Sparabara, Perso-Hellenic Pikemen, and there are even some faction unique units out there like Babylonian Guard for Media or some Indian units for Arachosia. Cappadocia and Bithynia are also factions with extremely lackluster rosters. The mod therefore expands the rosters for these factions as well. Bithynia even has access to a new historical Thracian Eastern mixed roster. The collection also includes the expanded auxiliaries mod made by J4AC. This mod simply increases the number of possible auxiliary units you can get. Now you will be able to recruit units like Cataphracts and Chariots as well, so the possibilities for your army compositions are just endless with all these mods. With these great additions, the standard collection successfully offers you a unique experience with some unique minor cultures to fight against as well. Finally, I got the Extreme collection for you guys, filled with some of the best unit mods for Rome 2. Besides the previously named content, this collection also extends the rosters for a huge amount of minor factions in the game, so that every fight will be different. This collection also includes a lot of reskins for generals in order to keep up with the quality of the awesome new units as well. There's too much content here to cover, so I will just go over it quickly. The mods in this collection further extend the rosters of most Germanic, Nomadic, Arabian, Iberian, Gallic and Celtic factions. Even minor factions like the Pictones, Editani and Iravisci have new units with these mods. Cyrene, Cyprus and Media Atropatene, alongside some major factions, also have extended rosters in this edition. With 800 new units, these mods offer a completely new experience on the battlefield. As said, there are some great reskins for generals in this package, made by Maréchal Christos and KLA. To check out all the content and creators, just take a look at the collection and the mod pages on Steam. Be aware though that the Extreme collection is very extreme. Some factions get a huge and maybe overwhelming amount of units, while others are still kind of lacking. There might be some balancing or spelling mistakes here and there as well. I love to play with this collection though, so I definitely recommend you to try it out as well. The mods in these collections are in my opinion the best unit modifications out there. Hopefully this helps you to pick the best things out of the jungle that is the Steam workshop for Rome 2 at the moment. Be sure to check the links to the collections in the description and let me know if you encounter any problems. I hope you enjoyed the video, thanks for watching and I will see you all in the next one. Bye bye.